to this Mark's Reviews and Tutorials video. We're under the bonnet of a BMW X3 at the moment, and I'm going to show you how to change out the air cleaner. This box here on the side is the air cleaner. Now this is, you can see here, twin power turbo. This is a twin scroll turbo 4-cylinder, so an X3 20i. Now interestingly, all the 20i engines don't have the same airbox. This one here is what's in the X3, but have a look here. We've got an F30 or F31 actually, and same engine, but the airbox on this is here. This is where the air cleaner is in underneath. So if you've got one like that, have a look at this video here. I'll show you how to change that air cleaner. If you have got one like this, then stick with this video and I'll show you how to get it out. Now the first thing is, you can see there's clips. So you're thinking, beauty, air cleaner, I'll just clip it off, switch it out. No, there's not enough room here that even if you don't do all 4 clips, that doesn't come off, and there's no way you're going to get an air cleaner in or out, let alone without damaging it. So you do have to take the box off, and to do that, we've got a bolt here, and we've got a bolt here, and we've got a screw here. So we're going to undo those 3, and then we'll come back and lift that box out. These bolts are actually 10mm, so 10mm socket, and just screw those out. That's one, and that's a rubber grommet, that's not a bolt. So that will just lift out, hopefully. So we'll see how we go with that one bolt out. With the screwdriver, it's also got a hex head on it. If you've got the right size little hex, you can take it off with that. Now this one, you don't have to take it right off. You just got to loosen it. But loosen it a fair bit, because you want that to come off nice and easy. All right, so then we just give this a good old flex, hold the box, and there we go. That's off. And here, yeah, look at that. Make sure you don't pull your looms apart as you do it. Hook that under there, just using this finger hole here. So what you do then is just unplug the wire of the mass airflow sensor, so you can then lift the whole box out. Now you see the little clip here. You need to press on the clip to release it, and then wiggle that plug out. Okay, sometimes it can be hard on these BMW clips to work out what's coming out. Is that coming out? Is that coming out? But the whole clip is coming up. So you clip that little bit at the top, and then up she'll come like that. The whole clip will come out. Then the airbox will come out, and have a look at that. We have got one filthy dirty air cleaner element that needs to be replaced. Okay, so then you grab your new air filter, which is that one. Look at the contrast there, definitely due for a change. Now, part number wise, I've got a Ryco filter here, A1873 is the Ryco part number, but definitely Google it, look it up. As I showed, these engines do have different air cleaners in different cars and different years, so make sure you get the right one. But if your airbox looked exactly the same as mine, then that Ryco part number is a go. Take this mass airflow sensor out, so that I can give it a spray and a clean. This is the thing that measures the air as it comes in. So if it gets dirty or dusty, this car has done 173,000 kilometers or something like that. So it's done some Ks. But if this ever gets dirty or dusty, then it gives false readings, and you don't get the optimal readings coming back to the computer. So you don't get your optimal fuel economy, don't get optimal power, that sort of thing. So T15 Torx, we're going to screw that out. Here, she's out. Now be careful with this guy. Here is where the hot wire is, and where you want to spray, and you just spray it with mass airflow cleaner just to clean it out. Now, mass airflow cleaner, this one here, very specialist. Yes, it's more expensive, but it's the only thing that you can spray on that wire to clean it. Throttle body cleaner, brake cleaner, degreaser will all actually gum it up and put a film on it. Don't do it. It's better if you don't do it at all. You have to have the right stuff, or don't even spray. Give it a spray, clean it up, and then start to put things back together. Okay, so then we put all this back together, and don't worry, it does matter which way it goes, obviously, for the flow, but with the screw holes, you see that's the right way. Up the other way, the holes don't line up with that, so they've covered yourself, and it'll only go in one way. So screw that back on, put these back together, put the air cleaner in it, and put it all back in. Put it back in. This side has got the inlet trumpet on it. That's not the side you put it in. You put it in here, and just get that rubber edge over. You'll get it all sitting nice and straight, and then that will go over the top. Now nothing has to be forced here or done hard. See, that'll sit over the top and go back into position, and then, well, actually there's the plugs up the end here. That just goes in like that, and then that sits down over the top, and there. Beautiful, but you don't need to force it. It's got to wriggle it so it's right, and then all 4 clips will go on nice and easy. Okay, really easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. The clips are on. Putting it back in position, you're putting this to the top and the back. It's going to pop onto there. You're lining up this lug here with the rubber grommet, and then down the bottom, that round one there, it's going to sit on top of that. So you're lining up that first, and then clipping that into place, making sure the bolt hole lines up, and then we'll do that bolt up, and then we'll be able to put this on. So of course, the bit I haven't shown you yet is the cold air intake. So in here, right there, is the cold air intake. Now you see that it's got a little slot on it, so we're going to bring this in and slot it in so that that locks into place. So that's the front of the airbox, and that channels air from out the front, the other side of the radiator. So it's not getting warm air from this side of the radiator, it's pulling cold air from in front of the radiator. And that's that is the main thing to line up, this cold air intake, as you get that big boot at the bottom, and this boot here, those 3 points as you put it in. So that cold air intake down there is right there, and that is what you just need to wiggle to get it to go on. When that sits in place, everything else will line up as well. Now, if you're worried about the cold air intake, coming from the top, looking in here, you can see it really quite easily. It's here, and the bit that we're slotting is just there, so you can actually see if we can zoom up on that. Yeah, there's the slot that it's dropping into right there. So if I can lift it, yeah, see the airbox moving from that. See, it's sort of down here, but look where we're going to put that bolt in. It's right there, and on the rubber, this has dropped back on to the grommet. That is back in place. That cold air intake is in place. It's all connected. So we are ready to put this back on, and we're ready to put that back on. Now, this is before the turbocharger. It's still sucking here, so you're not under pressure. You're not under the pressure coming out of the turbo, where it's really important everything's super sealed. The turbo run from the airbox, it comes in from the cold air intake to the airbox, in through this pipe, which is actually going here around and into the turbo. Then once it's through the turbo, then it's under pressure, and that's when the air gets pushed back to the intercooler. Down here it comes across, and it's cooled across the front of the engine, and then it travels this guy down there, that corrie ribbed one up there, and into the engine. That's the charge pipe. So that's all under pressure from the turbocharger. You get a leak in that, and then you're losing turbo pressure, and you'll lose power on your car. But airbox side here is still the sucking side, not the blowing, not under pressure. So it's not dead set crucial about these seals, but still important. So, okay, so bolts back in. This is screwed back down, nice and secure and tight. And the thing to check as you press this back in, I haven't done the clamp up yet, but it needs to come up right up here to touch on the side of that. It comes up, just make sure it's square, and then you'll know you're fully on. We can do that up, and that's it. That's how much play you should get out of it. It's all nice and tight, and job done. Well done. And remember, links in the description to get parts. I'll put airflow, mass airflow cleaner spray, even a new sensor if you need it, and a new air element. So you can get those bits from there. Have a look at the links in the description. Okay, last and certainly not least important is you put the mass airflow sensor wires back in, and also down the back there, the clamp to hold the wires into position. Down, and hear that click? That's what you want to hear. It's now nice and tight. And then the wire casing actually clips in like that. Home, job done. All good. This has got to be done up. That's got to be back in. The clamp where the wires go back there's got to be back in. The bolt's got to be back in. The rubber grommet's got to be on. All 4 clips have got to be done up. Well done. Good job.